Hey guys, what's up? This is Hex, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Guild Finder option in Elder Scrolls Online. Now, I did cover this briefly in my last video where I was talking about Elsewhere, but there was just so much to talk about that if I put in like a lot of detail for each thing concerning Elsewhere, it would just be a long, long video, and no one wants to watch one of those, let me tell you. But anyway, when I first heard about the Guild Finder option that was coming, I thought, this is actually going to be pretty good because before, if you wanted to advertise your guild, it wasn't really that great because what you did was you basically went on the chat and put down your guild name and what you were about and asked people to private message you, which was at the time, a pretty decent option. Uh, the other way to go was you just walked up to somebody, saw their name, went through the search engine, and just invited them that way. Now, the only problem is with the latter is that you never really know who you were going to get. It might be somebody who's not interested in joining a guild. It might be somebody who's wanting to only do, let's say, solo stuff as opposed to PVE. If you had like a PVE guild. Um, but it's nice to see them come out with this option now, the Guild Finder option now, because it's just so much easier to advertise and it's just so much easier to find, the guild that's right for you. So if you go into social and you go into your guild section, you'll see Guild Finder. Now it gives you like a little bit of a list here. One is your applications, which is pretty much all the applications that you send will appear right here as it lists as it pretty much says. You then have your application message, which you can tailor when you send your application to whatever guild you're going to send to. It could be something simple like, I like the look of your guild. I'm interested in doing, PvP or PvE content as well. You could just change it up. It's not something that you can that's going to be permanent. You can go in, change it to whatever, just to tailor to your needs. Uh, and lastly, you have the browse guilds. So let's say I'm wanting to find something that's like group PvE. So I just select it, and it's going to give me a list of different guilds to look at. So let's say I want to look at League of Assassins. Now, as you can see, it gives like quite a bit of detail, like what their it's what their style is. It's like a casual social. It lists at only 18 and 18 and over. It gives a list of activities of what you know they're about, as well as the times and the roles, and just give it even a little bit more information as far as like it says weekly raffles and so on and so forth. Just a little bit more detail to it. And then of course if I wanted to go into it, I could just go ahead and apply it. Now let's just say for example that you already have a guild and you're wanting to kind of get it out there to more people. Well, it just so happens I have a guild right here. So what you want to do is go into recruitment, and it gives you like another list. And what you want to do is go into guild listing. Now at first you'll be unlisted. It's only until you get everything filled out that you'll be able to choose the option to list it. So it gives you two primary. It gives you two focuses, primary and secondary, and it'll give you like a list of what you want to focus on. And in my case, I wanted the guild to be more catered towards group content. So I also have check mark for dungeons, role playing, fishing, and then of course I have a secondary for questing, which involves trials, regular quests, crafting, and so on. I also have my roles filled out that I want people to that we're going to accept, which is just general. I mean, I'm not really in any kind of specific, wanting any kind of specific role, nor do I want any kind of like required champion points. I wanted it basically to be, you know, whether you're a 810 champion points all the way up to where you've never really played anything like this before, you know, for the casual player or a newbie. Um, and of course, you know, I have my times available for playing as well as, you know, guild's descriptions. I also have like a list of applicants that get sent to this section. Let me back out of this section for a minute. Any recruits that go into that apply for your guild wind up getting sent to your notifications, and of course it takes me right back to it. So that way uh, you can just simply select, you know, whatever player and, you know, accept them into the guild. Also, there's also an option for a response message in case you decide to decline an application. Now, typically I won't, but there's instances where there's people that are at a max uh, number of guild that they're allowed to be in, and, you know, of course I can't accept them. So usually I'll either send a decline message this way, or just simply, you know, message them in general saying, hey, I'll accept you, but you got to you know, get rid of one of your guilds. And of course there's a blacklist option, which I don't think I need to go into that. Now if you go to guild listing again, you'll notice at the very bottom there's a link in chat. So if I want to link in chat, all I gotta do is just tap square, and it will put my guild's name in the chat. And if anybody's interested, you know, if I put like a little information below what I just sent, they can actually go into it via the chat and try to apply that way. I don't think there was anybody listing. Yeah, there's nobody listed right now. But if there was, you know, you would just highlight the message that actually had that on there, and then you could just, or had the guild name on there, and then you could just select it to join it. But that's all I wanted to talk to you guys for today. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I hope to talk to you guys real soon. Take care.